Mariners win 6-5. They improved to 65 and 55 on the season. They've now taken 2 of 3 against the Kansas City Royals with 1 game left to go, and they've won 2 straight. Talk about how it happens. You know how we've done a lot of videos where it's like nothing happened for a while? Not in this game. First inning, the Mariners get 3. Julio Rodriguez scores on a Ty France single. Big dumper homers, and we'll talk about how big that accomplishment is. In the first, the Royals get 1 back with a sacrifice fly, 3-1. Julio singles home Caballero to make it 4-1. Royals get another sacrifice fly in the second, 4-2. MJ Melendez doubles home Salvador Perez, 4-3. In the sixth, play I want to talk about a little bit. Run scores on a double play, 4-4. Mariners get the go-ahead run in the fifth on a Teoscar Hernandez sacrifice fly. Julio adds some insurance in the ninth with a single that scores Sam Haggerty, 6-4. Kansas City does get a run in the ninth on a Velasquez homer off of Matt Brash to make it 6-5, but Brash gets the next 3. Mariners get the win. Before we get into any of it, let's talk about how great Simply Seattle is, folks. Anything Seattle related, you can get there. And I'm not just talking about sports. They have some amazing Seattle-themed hoodies, Seattle-themed gifts. It's awesome. But the main reason you're here is to hear about the sports stuff, and they've got the best of the best. They've got Mariner stuff. They've got Kraken stuff. They've got Seahawks stuff. They have Sonic stuff. They have Washington Huskies stuff, college football right around the corner, folks. They've got everything you could be looking for as a Seattle fan. They've got a new shirt that I absolutely love with Scott Service's quote. Involves a naughty word, but they do blur it out. So you can definitely wear that one in public without being yelled at. It's awesome. Simply Seattle is the best. And if you want to get their stuff and get it for cheaper than it already is, and it's already priced pretty darn well, you can get 15% off by using the code MOLLYWOP15. That's MOLLYWHOP15, one word. Simple as that. 15% off your order. Cannot recommend it enough. And thank you to the good folks of Simply Seattle. By the way, I'm using StreamYard, which is, I'm not going to sponsor them because I'm using the free service. But now they have the ability to pause. Oh, that's going to be huge. Because, I do all of these in one take, as you guys all know. And it's hard. It's hard to one take everything. It'll be nice to be able to pause if I need to go get a drink or if I've got a dog who is barking or something like that. I assume it'll be a fairly obvious edit, but that's pretty cool. Let's try it right now. Can you tell that it was paused? We'll find out. I'm excited to see how this works. Let's talk about some negatives. Offensively, not a ton. Canzone struggled. Rojas wasn't great. Does draw a walk. We like to see people get on base here. Marlowe struggles again. He's kind of tailed off a little bit, but I've still been impressed with what I've seen from him. Still have a lot of long-term faith. Dylan Moore, not great after pinch hitting for Rojas. Suarez, not his best game. A lot of positive offensively, though. I think that this was one of their better games. But again, it is another case where half the runs score in one inning. I don't know how bad that is or not, but it's happening a lot. Negatives. So I guess I put Castillo in the negative. I actually thought he pitched pretty well. I have to give the Royals a ton of credit, and I have to give the Royals a ton of credit all series long because they're playing well. That record is misleading for how they're playing now. It's not necessarily misleading for what they are as a team. It's 39 and 83 for a reason. But that offense has been much better as of late, especially Bobby Witt Jr., who I meant to get into last night. I know I briefly mentioned it. That dude's just a star. He is a star. He has a chance to do something that hasn't been done since Cal Ripken did it. And before that, it was a long time, where he is leading his team in singles, doubles, triples, and home runs while playing a very good shortstop position, a vastly improved shortstop position. He's a star. He is an absolute star, and it's scary to think that he's going to get so much better. But a lot of pitches by Castillo tonight were, good pitches that the Royals just dumped into right field. There was some hard contact too. Don't get me wrong. It was far from his best outing. You expect more from him? Absolutely. He's your ace. I still think he's your ace, even with how well George Kirby's been pitching. but I think he was better than that line suggests. Brash, he gives up the solo home run. And I would not blame anybody if you played the old here we go again, because look, to say the Mariners haven't gotten it done late in innings lately is quite the understatement. They've been terrible, in fact. But I was really impressed with what I saw from Brash after he gave up that home run. A young pitcher, again, for all intents and purposes, a rookie pitcher. He gives up that home run. Not great pitch. Good piece of hitting, but not great pitch. And he looked fantastic from that point on. The strikeout he had, oh, that is just filth, folks. That is 99 miles per hour right on the black. Nasty. He makes a good pitch to Witt to ground ball, easy play, gets out of it. I was impressed. I know he gives up the run, but I think there were more positives to take from what Brash and Castillo did than negatives, even if we are talking about him kind of in the negative situation. One other negative real quick, a couple negatives real quick. They both involve, unfortunately, Jose Caballero. Dude's got to stop getting picked off so often. And even when he doesn't get picked off, there's lots of times where he's awfully close to get picked off. The base running has to be better. I know that his aggressiveness is one of the things that we love, but he's got to learn to turn aggressive into assertive sometimes. And he's really struggling to do that, I think, as of late. Gets another steal tonight, but there's just too much. That out was huge. Runners on first and third in a tie game. You get picked off first base. That cannot happen. And then the other thing that was negative with Caballero, I mentioned that double play. So I'm sure somebody probably told him to turn two. He easily could have turned two also with a throw to home plate and also gotten the runner at first, I think. And, that's how the tying run scores. I think Caballero's got to be show a little more self-awareness. And he's a rookie. He's not supposed to be up here right now. Nobody was counting on Jose Caballero to be a big part of this team, but he is. For better or worse, he is a big part of this team. And he does have the double. He has a stolen base. He's stolen 22 this year. But he also had a huge mistake on the bases, and I think he made a mistake on the field as well. It's possible, no. It's possible that they just said, the way we are lined up, we're just going 6-4-3 if something comes right at you. But if you watch that play, they had the out at home pretty easily, and I think Dumper's got a good enough arm to get the guy at first, too. And at the very least, it's, you get that out, there's 2 outs, and there's no run scored. I didn't love that. I did not love that. Or excuse me, there'd be 1 out. So maybe that's a little too nitpicky, but lots of positives tonight. Like I said, I thought Castillo and Brash were better. Gabe Spire did a really nice job. Issues a walk, but works around it with no issue. Cal Raleigh, homer. That's the second fastest any Seattle Mariner has been to 50 homers. Only behind this guy named Alex Rodriguez, who was pretty darn good. Pretty darn good. Yeah, she's mad. She's mad that I brought up. She does not like when I bring up Alex Rodriguez. I like Alex Rodriguez, but as you can hear, Lola, not a fan. Not a fan. Caballero has 3 hits, so I mean, maybe I didn't realize that when I was doing all this complaining. No, it's he had a nice day, except for 2 mistakes, at least 1 mistake, and maybe 2. I don't know. Maybe I'm being too hard on him. Julio. Unbelievably good game. 4 hits, drives in 2 runs, steals a couple of bases. He's now up to 30 on the year. The amount of complaining we do about a 22-year-old who's putting up the numbers he is just, it's a credit, I think, to him. It's a credit that we have such high expectations for Julio Rodriguez that we are not satisfied by what we have seen this year. I think it's incredible. I think he's incredible. How about Ty France walking 3 times tonight, too? Gets the hit and then drawing 3 walks. And I think he was hit by a pitch, too. I think he reached 5 times tonight. Good for Ty France. Good for Ty France, man. This team needs him to be better. And he's been excellent over the last few games. Don't love him hitting third, but, you know, the way he's playing right now, it's justified. When JP Crawford comes back, I would like to see him move down to that 7 spot again, 6 or 7. But for now, I don't hate it. But what a star effort from Julio tonight. I mean, you get Julio Rodriguez reaching 4 times, and I believe Ty France reaching 5 times. You're going to be tough to beat. You're going to be tough to beat. And then you get a double and a homer from Big Dumper too. Nice reminder of I know Ty France is far from young, but with Julio and Dumper, you get a nice reminder of the young star power on this team. Good win. Good win. It's Kansas City, bad, but playing better, and they passed the eye test tonight for the most part. That was a good win. And now you get a chance because you've taken these last 2 to win the series, and you have to win this series for it to be a successful series anyway. And with Toronto losing to the Phillies, thank you, Phillies. Hate rooting against the Blue Jays. I really like that baseball team, but you have to now. Mariners are just 1 game back. 1 game back, and the big thing is it's not just only 1 game back. It's what it is it's your 2 wins back. It's 2 games that you haven't played. You can completely control your own destiny in that retrospect. I like this one. I like this one a lot. Lola's still mad about me bringing up Alex Rodriguez, but I like this one a lot. I believe it's Kirby against to be announced tomorrow. Zerpa. Kirby against Angel Zerpa. I don't think Zerpa will go very deep in that game. Kirby should shove because that's what Kirby has done. That is what Kirby has done. I will be curious to see. There's not an off day, so I don't know if you can do it. It's really too bad that they can't switch up Castillo and Hancock. I'm just noticing this because Castillo's scheduled to go Monday against the White Sox, and Hancock is scheduled to go Sunday against the Astros. It'd be really nice to have not 2 rookies going in that series. Let's focus on that later. Still got 1 more game against the Kansas City Royals. By the way, we're talking about ticket prices. $3. You can find $3 seats for Kansas City for Seattle tomorrow if you're one of those people watching in the area. Another nail biter, but I felt pretty good about this one. Lola, I did feel good about this one. She just called me a liar, dude. I promise I won't talk to my dogs too much more in these videos. Despite this, please hit like and please hit subscribe. We're so close to 750. Like, I think it's 5 more as of recording. And as soon as we get to 750, someone's going to win this thing. Look at that beautiful card. Edgar Martinez. One of the greatest Seattle Mariners of all time. Probably my favorite Mariner of all time. Why am I giving away his cards? Am I making a mistake? Nah. Follow me on Twitter or X at Crawford_MILB. Follow me on Blue Sky at Crawford Chris V. Sports sometimes. We're pushing back that till next week. RotoWire Fantasy Baseball Podcast. Tomorrow, I'll have my good friend Alex Coffey. I'm really excited for that one. And we'll talk about those Phillies who we're all rooting for right now. Yes, we are. We are Phillies fans, Lola. And also, again, Sportspedia is coming, or Sportstopia, I'm sorry, is coming. I'm really excited about it. I'm super excited for that opportunity. I'm still going to be doing a bunch of stuff for RotoWire, still doing a bunch of this stuff, obviously, but very excited to be working with a lot of my Roto World brethren again. But again, please hit like, please hit subscribe. And I thought this was a good win. Hopefully you guys agreed.